Failure is actually not your biggest fear. You're actually just afraid of being seen failing. It's actually the fear of judgment that you're afraid of. That silence, the awkward questions, the I told you so's. And today I'm going to help you to see failure in a whole new way. And I'm going to give you your freaking power back. Hey y'all, welcome back to Brighten My Life. This is a place where we turn messes into messages, where we turn failures into fuel. If you're here, you're a warrior who is fighting to better yourself, to heal, to rise above, and I'm really glad that you're here and that we can grow together. Today is day 2 of our 7-video series, Freedom from Failure. Yesterday we addressed mindset around failure, and today we're going super deep. Failure itself is not what's stopping you. What's really holding you back is the fear of not being seen actively winning, the fear of people watching you struggle. And that fear is actually costing you more than the actual failure ever could. So let's get real for a minute. We don't just fear falling, we fear falling in front of people. It's your mom's side comments. It's your ex stalking your Instagram stories and them seeing you and talking about you. It's that friend who pretends to support you, but low-key, you know that they're spreading gossip behind your back. It's that coworker, that classmate. And sometimes it's not even what they're actively saying. It's that energy shift. It's the silence. It's the judgment in their eyes. The feeling that you're disappointing them and letting them down. And what do we do with that? We start editing our lives. We start only sharing those pretty polished moments. We start keeping the struggles quiet. We start reserving our dreams, and we start to shrink. We'd rather hide our potential than risk letting anyone see us fumble. But that cost of hiding is so freaking heavy, because when you're constantly performing for others, you're self-sacrificing to maintain an image, and you're abandoning yourself. So you start to lose access to your authenticity, and subconsciously, because you're betraying yourself, you begin to lose trust in your own self. Somewhere along the way, humanity has confused success with self-worth. So when something doesn't work out, we don't just say that this thing has failed, this thing that I've tried has failed. We begin to say, I have failed, that I am not enough. I should have known better. I always mess things up. And we start to grow this shame around it, and we attach it to our identities. But I want you to hear something, and I want you to really hear it, because it is so true. It is universally true that you could fail at literally every single thing that you try, and you would still be wildly worthy, capable, and an incredibly powerful human being. Your identity is and never will be tied to your performance. You're allowed to learn out loud. You're allowed to evolve publicly. You're allowed to be a big hot mess. You're allowed to not have it all figured out. I've definitely experienced the fear of failure very deeply, and I tend to fail very publicly. And when things don't go as planned, I tend to not just lose momentum, but I lose confidence. And I don't like having to explain to people why I quit showing up, so I go silent. I just quietly let my dreams fade, because I feel like I have just completely embarrassed myself. I feel like people are judging me, even if they aren't saying anything. I just feel it, you know what I mean? And so I hide. And I would tell myself these stories in my head that nobody will even notice if I hide, because I'm really not important and nobody really cares about me, right? But the truth is that the people who really loved me, they would be really disappointed, because when I would disappear, they would feel like I just ghosted them, and they would feel like I'm letting them down and I wasn't showing up for them. And the truth is that I still struggle with this pattern, and it's something that I have to really hold myself accountable to. But I've learned something really important through this process, and that's that my worth isn't dependent on how things look on the outside, and neither is yours. I used to think, what if people think that I'm a joke? And I've had to start reframing my intrusive thoughts to, what if people see my honesty and realize that they're not alone? What if people see my authenticity and it encourages them to also be authentic? Someone's got to go first. Someone has to be brave enough to be real, to be seen, to be publicly right in the middle of their messy, authentic process. And if anyone is going to do it, I guess it's going to be me. And you know what? Gosh darn it, I'm not going to sit around and wait for somebody else to do it. I'm just not going to care what anybody thinks, and I'm going to get out there, and my people are going to show up with me and be authentic messes with me. It takes way more courage to show up authentically and to be seen failing than it does to stay silent and to play small. And you know what? People actually really respect you when you show up with that kind of resilience and authenticity. The kind that says, yes, I failed and I'm still showing up. And every time that you stay in the game, you're proving to yourself that other people's opinions don't get to decide your future, that you're in control of your own destiny. So let them misunderstand you. Let them watch from afar. Let them talk. You're not here to impress anybody but yourself. You're here to live your fullest, most authentic life. And that includes falling flat on your face in the middle of a crowded room sometimes. Mostly metaphorically, but sometimes literally, we all have those days. You do not have to be perfect to be powerful. You just have to be real. You can't inspire people with false perfection, but you can inspire people with your courage. So let yourself be seen, be messy, be brave, just keep going. Just keep being authentic to yourself. Let yourself show up just the way that you are, because people love you. They love your magic. They love you for who you are. If you've made it to the end of the video, drop a fire emoji in the comments and let me know, have you ever let fear of judgment or failure stop you from trying something new? And be sure to come back tomorrow, because day 3, we're going to talk about something that a lot of people try and avoid entirely, and that's the grief of letting go. What do you do when something doesn't work out and your heart is still attached to it and hasn't quite caught up yet to letting it go? So we're going to talk about how to process it, how to release it, and how to move forward from it stronger and lighter. So we'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for showing up. Be sure to go check out yesterday's video and show up tomorrow for our next video. Love y'all. Bye.